Hello and welcome to the big board, and we've moved across here because we've came across the circle and we're going to look at the slice area, and we're in slice number 4. And as we know and thought about, slice number 4 is all about family and friends. Right, so we're going to go into a lot of detail here. I'm going to take it further, but it changes for everybody. And what we're going to do first is jigsaw piece number 1. And jigsaw piece number 1 was all about the intro. Okay, so we're going to explain how the whole of the slice actually works and how we should start focusing on things in a certain way. But also we're going to do it in 8 minutes, because those 8 minutes is the best I managed to do on this one to get it to work in a certain way. And you know what we're trying to start to do is, even when you do basics, we're building the foundations on things. So we're understanding things first before we need to have to think and decide, right? And what we're going to do in this way is we're going to do it differently, because some people have big families and some people have little families, and this is why it's different for each, but it's right for both of them. And what we're going to do when you take it further forward is follow a little quote where it says, family means no one will get left behind or forgotten, right? So that's the start. So we're going to use the big board, we're going to split it down into certain ways, but this central area is all going to be about, from the title, the family, right, and friends. But the and friends bit is we're going to concentrate on the family first, and we're going to come back to the friends a little bit later. But also I'm going to split this area into 2, and I'm also going to use a ruler, right? So we're going to split it all the way down the middle, well, not the middle, but just to the left, in a straight line, right? Now this straight line is a solid line because it's separating 2 important areas, almost similar to the control area but slightly different. And also I'm going to go to this side and break that down as well. So this one is all about the levels, right? Now when I split this one down, we're going to use the ruler again, but this time I'm going to go across, and what we're going to do is now use a dotted line, right? So if the ruler's straight, I'll try and get the dotted line in. Hopefully the ruler is straight, because if it isn't straight, I'm a bit embarrassed, but never mind, we'll keep going. And that's part 1, or level 1. Then I'm going to go further down, and I'm going to go a little bit lower. But this time same, it's a dotted line. So we do another dotted line, and you can do the same on your sheet, because the dotted line is really because there is some kind of connection there, but there's also some kind of disconnection. And the next one is slightly lower than that. That's a little bit wider, but this is also another dotted line, and there's going to be one more done even below this one. And we're going to get right to the bottom of this section, and that is really the next. Oops, sorry, get my ruler. Does it look straight again? Yeah, not too bad. We say what we're going to do here is start talking about these individual levels. Okay, so once we've finished with the ruler, there's also something else to put in there, and that is all about the family, right? So we've got the family there and the levels here. And how do we explain that? The first level is a level that goes across, and it's actually number 3, right? And this is number 3, and it has a content in that level. And believe it or not, the content in this example is me. Okay, so that is me, and what we're going to do, we're going to take that further, but also before we start going into all the detail, we're going to introduce somebody new, and you know who this is, but it's Captain Checklist coming in, and what he needs to know is, in this section of his own, we have a title, and that, as you well know, is called the checklist, and we're going to go through this in a lot of detail. But initially, we're just going to say hello, give him his pen back and give him a quick salute. So we've put this all together and we've got the structure and the method set up. So what we're going to do, we're going to go further and a bit deeper actually with it. So even if you have done this, it's going to help, but if you hadn't done this, it could be that even trying to communicate with the family is difficult. Get them to understand things properly is less efficient, and we want to do it in an efficient and helpful way. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it further, but also now when I'm in level 3, it's actually just going to reveal something where it's not just me who's in this level, it is somebody very special, and that is you. And you're in the same position as me. It doesn't matter whether you're older or younger than me, we're still going to appropriate that in the correct way, and we'll do it in the next video. But also, when you put it together, with me, it's going to be me and my family. So I'm going to go through this in that way. But also, in the report, you're going to see section 4, and if you open section 4 you can start actually doing your bit in there, so hopefully you'll be doing that too. But what we're going to do, we're going to take it further, and also the most important thing is after doing all this we get a big green tick, and we know we're going to have to score it as red, amber, green. So we're going to go back to the main board and we're just going to pass this on and see where we get to. But before we do that, some people will know this very well and some people won't know it at all. But do you guys know who this is? So this is something quite historic, and it was something invented in Russia in the 1900s, and it's called matryoshka. So hopefully my accent's okay, my language, but did the best I could. But anyway, something special about it, it's like related a bit to the family structure that we're trying to do, and it was invented for certain reasons. But if I take her, and I know some of you will know exactly what's going to happen, but some of you might not, right? So I'm going to open her up and find out there's another one inside her. So what happens there is we got one put down, and this one was inside her, so sort of like a daughter type thing. But also I might just open this one up if I can, and also there's another one inside her. So it's like moving down the generation in that respect, and there's another one. But the question is, can I take it a little bit further? What do you think, and how many do you think might it go to? Right, so I'll just put that one there for now, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the jigsaw piece over to the other side, and I'll see you there soon. You know, this one was the mum, and she's a bit older, but I thought, she's the prettiest one I've ever seen, so I thought, I'm going for coffee, having a break, so she could come with me and have a nice chat, so I'll see you soon.